Welcome to Facts for Real Videos. This video explains what happened to the massive skyscraper and why it was abandoned. In 2019, Dubai announced a brand new project called the Burj Jumeirah. This tower would have been among the tallest structures in the entire world and a magnificent landmark to enhance the city's famous skyline. We'll go into the intriguing background of the Burj Jumeirah and examine more. What is the Burj Jumeirah? Super tall structures that shared a similar demise, then. The initial designs for this large-scale project were revealed in January 2019. They showed a 550-meter tower at the center of downtown Jumeirah. The tower's exterior was modeled after the calming ripples of desert dunes and included digital displays that would pulse and glow with light. Inside, visitors could enjoy sky lounges and sky restaurants with expansive views of Dubai. The tower's uppermost floors, known as the crown, would be used for lavish parties and events. A noteworthy aspect of the tower's design was the vertical vacuum that ran down its midsection. In a typical skyscraper, all of the windows are on the outside of the structure, therefore this void would offer some panoramic vistas. Nonetheless, the Burj Jumeirah's interior would be lined with hundreds of windows, which would also improve the views of those on the ground. They would be able to see the sky through the tower's heart and, at the appropriate angle, other notable structures like the Burj Khalifa. The foundations of the tower, another recognizable feature of the Burj Jumeirah, were seen. The land at the base of the tower was designed to resemble Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid's fingerprint, who is the current ruler of Dubai and the tower's main supporter. The Sheikh's influence on the modern state is meant to be symbolized by this fingerprint. All of these details were revealed in a flurry of publicity that began with a brief viral video that declared that the future is far more spectacular than you think. This movie raced over several pictures, including a magnificent fountain, a base jumper jumping off the tower, and breathtaking views of Dubai. Skidmore, Owings and Merrill released press releases along with the video. The project's architects and Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid's personal investment company, Dubai Hold, proudly announced the development's completion date as 2023 on their websites. Everyone is asking the same question about the Burj Jumeirah now that the year 2023 has officially arrived, and before we respond, we want to thank today's video sponsor Backblaze. For about $7 per month, Backblaze enables you to easily back up all of your data, including photographs, videos, music, documents, contracts, and much more. Using the first link in the video description, you can join up for a free 15-day trial without having to use a credit card. Thank you for supporting Facts for Real Videos. Let's get back to the Burj Jumeirah. In 2019, sometime after the initial announcement, construction work took place, and satellite images show the initial outline of the Sheikh's fingerprint with construction vehicles and a track connecting it to the Sheikh Zayed Road. The proposed location for the Burj Jumeirah is a plot of land across the street from the renowned Mall of the Emirates and a short walk from the Burj Al Arab. However, the building equipment left the site in 2020, and as of 2023, the Sheikh's fingerprint's original outline has been gathering dust. The tower's development was abandoned less than a year after it was first announced, however the site is still entirely empty when it was scheduled to be open to the public. The project was removed from Dubai Holdings' website. The project's architects, Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, did not provide an explanation either. Instead of issuing a press statement to indicate that the skyscraper was put on hold or cancelled, they quietly removed the relevant page from their website. Since the initial blueprints for the Burj Jumeirah were revealed, they haven't publicly commented on the project. However, there is one clear reason for what happened to the project: it was abandoned at the beginning of 2020. When the coveted pandemic initially began, which was about the same period, it struck economies all across the world, and Dubai was no exception. At the same time, other significant projects were also suspended, including the colossal Dubai Creek Tower, an observation tower that was intended to surpass all previous records for height. However, things could get more complicated than that by the end of 2020, according to the head of the business that built Dubai Creek Tower, Mohammed Alabar. Nearly a year ago, the government agreed to halt new building, but COVID absolutely slammed the brakes on. Although the pandemic didn't help, the decision to postpone construction on this tower was made much earlier for a variety of reasons, one of which is the fact that prices for houses and businesses in Dubai have been falling steadily since 2014. As more residences are constructed in the area, it becomes more difficult to maintain pricing because of supply and demand. The quickest strategy to restart the market involves AI scaling down on development initiatives and limiting supply, but why don't the firms behind the Burj Jumeirah issue a formal statement if it is likewise on pause till the real estate market stabilizes again? When it came to the fate of the Dubai Creek Tower, Mohammed Alibar of Mr. Properties was open and honest. Other construction firms working on related projects also released remarks. The Burj Jumeirah has since been removed from Dubai Holdings' website. The ground where the Burj Jumeirah was supposed to be erected has also witnessed a number of other failed structures in the recent years, as though they wished to pretend that the blueprints had never ever existed. All of them originated from Dubai, where in 2012 they unveiled a plan to erect the world's largest mall on the exact same location where the Burj Jumeirah would subsequently stand. However, this project proposal, known as Jumeirah Central, which was likewise intended to be a massive shopping mall with an initial budget of roughly $20 billion, was soon abandoned a few years later and replaced it. But once more, it didn't take long for the Jumeirah Central to be abandoned, and at the same time, several important executives left Dubai Holding, including Morgan Parker, the chief operating officer, whose formal resignation is unknown. However, for some reason, the management at Dubai Holding doesn't seem to be in agreement over the future course of this development site in the heart of Jumeirah. They left Jumeirah Central after leaving the Mall of the World. Now that the Burj Jumeirah has been abandoned, it's possible that no structure will ever be completed on this site, and Dubai's appeal may suffer. Projects like the Burj Jumeirah and Dubai Creek Tower depend so heavily on hype and publicity to attract tourists and investors to the region that if they are repeatedly cancelled, people will start to expect the same from future projects. If mega projects keep getting cancelled and abandoned, this is a genuine concern for the state as a whole. It's difficult to become enthused about a project, thus the next promotional video for an ambitious new scheme won't be successful. If you are aware that the project will most likely never be completed, Dubai underwent a similar phase roughly 15 years ago. The dynamic tower designs for this project were initially revealed in 2006 amid a surge of enthusiasm and media. When many of its projects were abandoned, many of these were extraordinarily tall skyscrapers just like the Burj Jumeirah. The tower's floors were made to rotate independently of one another, allowing the entire structure to alter shape. Nonetheless, the project was shelved following the global financial crisis that occurred between 2007 and 2010. Another extremely tall skyscraper, the Pantominium, faced the same fate. It has been put on hold since 2011 despite having 22 stories previously completed, but still lacks another 100 floors that were never even begun. A number of proposed mega-tall skyscrapers in Dubai were also abandoned due to the financial crisis. One Dubai, a building with a height of at least 600 meters that was intended to dominate the skyline in Jumeirah Garden City, was officially abandoned in 2010, while Nikkel Tower, with a height of almost 1,500 meters, was intended to be taller than the Burj Khalifa. This would have made it the first structure to reach a height greater than 1 kilometer, a record that still stands. However, it was also shelved at the same time as the others because, in 2009, a research found that around 60 projects in Dubai were impacted, and the majority of these are still on hold today. It was simply unaffordable to build such an ambitious, expensive tower during a moment of global economic depression. These cancellations resulted in a loss of faith in projects in Dubai. However, in 2010, something happened that saved Dubai's reputation. The Burj Khalifa officially opened and captured the attention of the world. Ironically, this was the culmination of a building that started 6 years earlier. Investors started to shy away from future construction while tourists lost interest in these announcements. Furthermore, it almost didn't happen. Before Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the then president of the United Arab Emirates, consented to grant an $80 billion loan, the entire project was on the point of failure similar to all the others. Before his intervention, the tower was known as the Burj Dubai. Nonetheless, the name was altered to show support for Burj Khalifa as the highest structure in human history. As the Burj Khalifa attracted tourists from all over the world, people quickly forgot about abandoned projects like the Nikkel Tower and Pandemonium because they had it to admire instead. Instead, construction projects started to boom again, and just a few years later, super tall skyscrapers like the Princess Tower and Marina 23 appeared. This could all be relevant to the most recent wave of project cancellations, which also included the Dubai Creek Tower and the Burj Jumeirah. However, it would only take one groundbreaking project, like as the Burj Khalifa in 2010, to rekindle the world's excitement. If you want to learn more about Dubai Creek Tower, let us know in the comments below when Dubai unveils its most recent megaprojects. Alternatively, if you anticipate that these projects will never be built, like the Burj Jumeirah, let us know. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the future video. You should view our video about it.